What is up, guys? PrOfSeS here, and today we're gonna talk about spears. Since their release long ago, spears are the least used weapons in multiplayer mode because they are just not as good as the other weapon types. They were the only weapons which could pierce the barriers, but now that is not the case anymore. So before we try to find the perfect solution to buff spears and make them stand up to other weapon types, let's first see why only few people use them. So if you played multiplayer mode since its release, you could see that usually players with classes like Druid, Witch Doctor or Paladin are playing these classes because they can kill their opponents by just casting their special skill. So you don't need your basic attack at all. Was this intended by the developers? I can't really say, but I know that it is not working. Don't get me wrong, spears do look cool, but as soon as the player discovers that there are far better options, he or she is going to switch in order to win more matches in competitive mode or to kill the bosses easier in the story mode. So, if we compare spears with other weapon types, the main and biggest difference is the lack of splash damage. And in fact, some of them are worse than daggers splash damage, and some of them have zero splash damage. Now, this would not have been a problem if their damage was high. We have many swords which have zero splash damage but are still used because of their good combination options, which gives them high damage to basically one-shot the enemy bosses or I don't know, basically anything. But this is not the case for spears. It is extremely hard to get the combination with high damage, and even if you get it, it still won't be close to swords or staffs. Spears are hard to use. I'm playing this game for years and I can tell you that spears are the hardest weapons to use if you want to get headshots or if you want to kill spiders. They are so weird and have small hitbox. Now I know that there are many daggers which also have very small hitbox, but the thing about daggers is you can throw them far more often than spears, and that makes it easier to hit a spider or to get a headshot, which is why they are easier to use in my opinion.
Bruh, 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 bruh. Got him!
Oh, fuck.
The first good thing I have to say about spears is that some of them have very high armor bonus, which makes you tanky, but let's be honest, who cares about being tanky in this game? Second good thing about spears is that some of them have high mobility compared to other weapon types. So my final conclusion about spears is that they are not excelling at any area of game. They look good, have very low to medium damage, they can pierce enemies and shields. They have very low splash damage or zero damage. They have very small hitbox. They are hard to use and have slow stamina regeneration. And yeah, all in all, I see spears as a waste of coins and tokens, so try to avoid them until they get buffed. So now, after we have criticized spears, let us think about the possible solution for this mess. So I asked people on Facebook, Discord and WhatsApp how they would buff the spears, and this is the result. The two main things they suggested is higher damage, which I agree with, and the second thing is higher splash damage, which I don't agree with. The reason why I think high splash damage is a bad idea is because the penetration will lose its purpose. The main idea of a spear is to kill as many enemies in one shot as possible by penetrating through them. If we add higher splash damage, it will lose its purpose since you will kill the enemies without penetrating them. My solution for this problem is to count the enemies killed with one spears as if you killed them with splash damage. So, for example, I throw one spear and if I kill 3 enemies with it, it counts like a triple kill. In my personal opinion, this would make spears come back to the game. So let's sum this all up. In order for spears to be great, we need around 20% more damage, we need to use the new multiple kill points formula, and more equipment which gives you spear damage bonuses. This is all my humble opinion. If you think you have a better idea, be sure to tell me down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Take care and see you in another video of Magic Rampage. Bye bye.